Yeah, pumpkin patches. It was the pumpkin blowout at Festival on Saturday.
I was there, too.
So we were up bright and early. There was actually one guy in the parking lot before us, and he had a really cool pumpkin shirt on.
He was embracing it.
He and his cart had nothing but the white pumpkins in it. It was kind of odd. And he was on the phone as well, so I think he was getting directions from someone on the other end about what pumpkins to get. Even though he was wearing a pumpkin shirt, so he obviously is a dude who, is into pumpkins.
Loves the season, yes.
So, but we picked up a bunch of pumpkins. Got some stuff for the crock pot as well. Put that out on the counter yesterday. Did I found a recipe for a chicken, a garlic Parmesan chicken crock pot with potatoes and whatnot. So it was okay. It was. The one problem with that stuff is that you look at it on the website and it looks good as hell, and then you end up with basically soup. You know what I mean? It's hard to get that,
same visual. You gotta spread it out
as opposed to baking
on a tray.
it. Yeah. So no, it was good though. And then we went to a bunch of area pumpkin patches and orchards to have a couple of beverages and get some more pumpkins. The ones out at Schwartles, out by Galesville, Trempealeau, were insane. They had huge pumpkins. I mean, just crazy big pumpkins.
Right. What kind of fertilizer are you using here?
And they had a bunch of, varieties.
Interesting, really cool
gourds
squashes
and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Not to mention a little... little market there as well. They had an artisan market. Then, of course, the beer barn is in the back, and we sat back there and had a couple of beers and watched some of the Badger game before it got out of hand. And
before it got out of hand. Although it wasn't as much of a blowout as I thought it potentially could be.
I thought it was going to be way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't
stayed in there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, first half it was, but they can't do anything on offense. They just are terrible.
Yeah, but 24-10 is a lot better than I thought it might be. I thought it might be 48-0, something like that.
It had the potential, certainly did. And then we went up the road of it to Eckers and had a couple more beers and enjoyed some live tunes and got some apples and whatnot. So the garlic thing, right? I texted you the other day because I wanted to remember this in case I forgot, because it's really insignificant, but it irks me. Do you know where the garlic is at Festival?
Yes.
Where is it?
It's by, the onions and the cherry tomatoes and the avocados and potatoes.
So they usually, at the end of one of those rows...
shallots and all those...
They've got a
basket. Big baskets.
No, it's more like a shelving unit kind of thing, and it's down on the bottom, right? The minced and the
oh, you mean the already processed?
Yeah, the jars of it.
Jarlic.
Jarlic?
Jarlic.
Is that what you're calling it?
That's what we call it, yes.
Okay. Well, it's normally facing out towards where the apples and oranges and the limes and lemons are, out towards the fruits. And it's like that first row, because there's the 3 or 4 rows.
They moved it or something and you can't handle that?
Dude. Stop moving stuff in the grocery store. Stop it. Especially something as insignificant as that. Why? Why do they... I went in there and I wanted to get the garlic for this stupid garlic Parmesan chicken thing I was doing in the crock pot. And I'm looking for it. And I'm like... And I told my wife, I'm like, where the hell is the friggin' garlic?
Garlic.
And she's like, I don't know. And so I'm roaming around looking for it. And she finally goes over and asks one of the workers
produce
there.
People, yes.
And I had just come around the corner. Now it's facing the salad coolers, right?
At the bottom, still on shelving
unit. Same thing. Same shelving unit. They just from over here to over here and facing in a different direction. I don't know why they do that. And the lady at Festival, the woman working there, she was said the same thing. She's like, I don't know why we moved that stuff. I'm like, you don't move the bread. The bread's always the same place.
I don't know. Remember a year or two ago when they did the whole
Well, they did a reorg in the store, and everybody got out of sorts. But the garlic seems to move on a regular basis. Every time I go in there and I need garlic, it's in a different spot. Why do they keep moving it? It's infuriating.
Well, it's in that one section. You just got to look low and you'll find it.
I know, but it's
only in produce.
Just put it in one spot and leave it there. It's not like you need that room for anything else.
Well, I'm finally adjusted to the reorg of where things are, but for a while there, it messed up my whole mojo.
It'd be like if
grocery
just
shopping.
one day on a whim they decided to put the milk in the front.
The bread used to be over by the bakery forever and ever and ever. Now it's this first aisle, second aisle. It's like, what the hell is it doing
it's
there?
like the fourth aisle. The first aisle is all the hippie food.
And
then the next one's like granola bars and peanut butters.
And it's in that aisle.
It's in that aisle? Okay.
And the second aisle. Move from the bakery end to the thing. Yeah. The
garlic thing infuriates me because it's on a low shelf. It's not in an aisle down the store, and it's just they keep moving it around. Stop it.
Well, I keep waiting to see if things are going to change as far as...
Schnuckers?
Yeah,
what is it called? Schnucks?
But I don't know.
Well, they said that they're going to be getting rid of the festival brands, right? So the essential everyday stuff is going to be different.
Just looking to see if there's any slow changes that creep in that are, because of the buyout. So far, I haven't noticed anything significant in it.
Yeah, in terms of
different products, different processes, different branding, different
moving stuff around.
Different bakery or deli items.
Probably going to get some of that. Move stuff around.
Pumpkins, though. Lots of those.
Yeah. And your weekend was good? Your kids were home? Your daughter came back from college? Yeah. Laundry, food, phones, all that stuff?
Yes, shopping.
Did the phone get fixed? What happened with the phone?
So she dropped her phone and cracked the screen on a phone.
She gets it from her mother.
She got in July. Actually, to be quite honest, I think this is the first replaced screen of 3 kids through all their teenage years I've had to deal with. So they're very responsible phone owners. But accidents happen. What you going to do? And so we found out that I was smart enough to get insurance on all of them, premium insurance on their phone. So she's going to get it replaced for free, which is great. So
no need for a fix, just going to get a new phone.
No, they're going to fix it. She just has to take it in, actually in Madison, and they're just going to replace it, hour or two, leave it there. And so that's great. So we did that. Friday night, what else did we do? Saturday morning, we woke up and went to a cross-country meet. Which was fun to see some of the runners and parents from her old team. Very warm. Those poor runners were passing out and going down left and right because it was a brutal run for them in that heat.
Oh, thank you.
Then we went to Target and got some supplies and did some shopping, spent a bunch of money
Sounds
for her,
right.
and had steaks on the grill on Saturday night.
Nice.
And yesterday went out to breakfast and packed her up and sent her on her way.
Cheryl texted in and said, Brian, they move stuff to keep you looking. You might find something else to buy while you're looking. No, I don't want to find something else. I just want to find the effing garlic. Put it where it belongs and leave it there.
Well, they might be, like I said,
it's
with
like
this new
my
store
blue
thing.
bucket. It's stop moving things and putting them where it doesn't belong. It feels like that's the only thing they move on a regular basis, though. You know what I mean?
I don't know. No.
You don't get that?
No.
Just me?
For a while, it felt like there was nothing in the...
Well, yeah.
Some of the shelves.
Shelves were emptying. I mean, obviously, we had the COVID stuff and whatnot, but...
No, just a little, like earlier this summer, it was like...
Well, there's supply chain issues and tariffs and all that crap, but I'm more concerned about what affects me, Gene, not you, okay? So I'm talking about this garlic here.
Well, you've got the produce section. Stay there, look low. Just keep your eyes peeled low.
Garlic. Drove me insane on Saturday.
How were the bees at the orchard?
It was really bad at the bar.
Yes, they were really bad.
And she gave me a fly swatter when we were sitting at the bar, and I was trying to hit them, but they don't land. You know what I mean? They just kind of buzz around and get in your face. The flies will land occasionally, and you can whack a few of those. But I told her, I was like, you guys got to get a bug zapper out here or something, because it was the one lady back there bartending, and I felt really bad because it was just constantly bees around her, and they're flying around looking for something sweet. And
they're everywhere.
Yeah. It wasn't bad at Eckers, but Schwartels, it was.
I never really used to be so aware of it, but remember a couple of years ago, my husband developed an allergy to them and had to go to the hospital. So now I got an EpiPen, and every time
you're ready to go.
We're out at the cross country meet, and they're like following us everywhere, and they're swarming around him, right? And he's like, he's like, you got the EpiPen, and I'm like, oh, I'm ready.
My wife makes it worse because she freaks out and gets up and I'm just like, they're not going to sting you. They're just flying around. I know they're bothersome, but and she's not even allergic to it, but she just can't handle
it. The bees.
We'll get to sports in a couple minutes. Right now, it's Evanescence.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Well, for as bad as the Badgers were on Saturday, the other team from Wisconsin was pretty effing good.
Steros rolls over on one and stays fair. And that'll do it. The best team in baseball during the regular season, the Brewers with a barrage in Game 1, one of the largest postseason wins in franchise history. And the Brewers lead this series 1-0.
The Brewers destroying the Cubs in Game 1 of the NLDS on Saturday, 9-3. Game 2 tonight at 8 o'clock on TBS. Also tonight, the Dodgers at the Phillies at 5 o'clock on TBS for Game 2 of that series. Dodgers, of course, up 1-0. Brewers center fielder Jackson Chourio, his status for Game 2 of the NLDS against the Cubs is uncertain after an MRI on his right hamstring came back inconclusive, according to Pat Murphy. Chourio left Game 1 on Saturday after legging out an infield hit in the bottom of the second inning. It's the same hamstring he injured in July. Also, while playing against the Cubs, his immediate playing future in doubt. Obviously, they'll probably get him out on the field, get him stretched, and see how he feels, and then they'll go from there. But I don't know, dude, if it's not a must-win type thing, right, and he can get some extra
rest a little bit more.
Yeah, might be the best thing for him. Yesterday in Major League Baseball playoffs, the Blue Jays taking a 2-0 series lead on the Yankees thanks to a 13-7 win. They're just blasting the Yankees. And the Mariners even up their series with the Tigers at a game apiece thanks to a 3-2 win. NFL yesterday, the Vikings came from behind late in the fourth quarter to beat the Browns 21-17 in England.
Good job, Vikes.
The Lions also improved to 4-1 on the afternoon by beating the Bengals 37-24. They did give up 21 points in the fourth quarter there. I mean, they had a very comfortable lead, obviously, so it wasn't like they were in not much of a concern about losing the game. But the last night, boy, I'm glad you talked me into it. The Pats went into Buffalo and got a win, 23-20 over the Bills.
Did they really?
Backed up to the 35. A lot of laterals coming. The first pass has to be caught first. It is by Palmer, but no time left on the clock. And the last of the unbeatens has fallen in the NFL. The Bills have lost at home, and the New England Patriots let everybody know they are here. The Patriots come into Orchard Park and beat the Bills 23-20.
Well,
look at your face.
I didn't see that coming at all. Now there are no unbeaten teams left, as Philly also lost yesterday in a weird game. No unbeaten teams left in the NFL tonight. It's Week 5 wrapping up with the Kansas City Chiefs at the Jacksonville Jaguars. ABC and ESPN 7:15 kickoff. Badgers, as we mentioned, another heinous loss. You saw it coming, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Number 20 Michigan beat up on them on Saturday, 24-10. Wisconsin will host Iowa this Saturday at 6 o'clock on FS1. Shane Van Gisbergen won his 5th consecutive road race with a win at Charlotte Motor Speedway over the weekend. Reigning Cup Series champion Joey Logano narrowly moved on to the 3rd round of the NASCAR playoffs in a very close nail-biter with Ross Chastain, but Logano's in. Van Gisbergen wins the race. Another one next weekend. Vegas Aces taking a 2-0 series lead on the Phoenix Mercury last night in the WNBA Finals thanks to a 91-78 win. Game 3 of that series is Wednesday night in Phoenix, 7 o'clock on ESPN, and Giannis is back with the Bucks after he missed the first few days of practice and training camp, staying in Greece, recovering from COVID-19.
Ooh, they have preseason already, don't they? I mean, they start games
Games are later this month.
Week.
Yeah, preseason games, of course, starts soon for the NBA. The NHL begins tomorrow night. The regular season does. And then the NBA season, I think, is the 21st.
Today. The Bucks have a game today.
Yeah. I don't think Giannis will be playing.
No.
Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Again, rockmornings.com to get in touch with us. We'll get to some Volbeat here in a couple of minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Today is National Noodle Day, so don't forget to mark your calendars.
My boss always gets mad at me for making extra long noodles.
Like, sir, I don't even want the pasta anymore. I want your noodle.
I'll use this noodle so that you can use my other noodle.
I mean, you stood there like a little wet noodle.
I'm a man of many talents. You are a man of very few.
Kidding!
Thank you for the entertainment.
National Noodle Day. Have some noodles.
Have your favorite or try something new.
What about, have you ever done a noodle-themed party where everybody brings a different noodle dish?
I have not.
Bow tie pasta, like a little Italian seasoning.
Like
some
warm or cold. I mean, there's pasta
mac
salads.
and cheese,
there's
all sorts of spaghetti stuff. National Noodle Day. It's also National Badger Day. I see you wearing you're repping your Wisco gear.
I am.
Well, at least the women's volleyball team and the hockey team are doing pretty good.
They always
because the football team kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. National Badger Day, National Noodle Day, Orange Wine Day.
I had to look that up. I didn't know what that was.
Orange
wine. It's
wine made from oranges?
Nope. Fermenting white grapes, but it keeps their skins on, which apparently is borrowed from like red wine production. So then it's got
sediment in it?
Tannins and extra color, and apparently, so it's a more ambered color. I don't know that I've ever seen it other than like blood orange wine, which is a totally different kind of thing, but orange wine, apparently, fermented with the skins on from white grapes. Interesting.
Also, it is National Consignment Day. Is that me? That's me. So go shopping at a Goodwill or something like that.
Or sell some stuff.
Apparently there's a thrift store in Australia that people are mad at because they charge $5 at the door, but you get your money back if you buy something.
Okay. Don't go if you don't like
a pricing policy at a small southern Australian thrift store. Member of a popular Facebook group called Op Shopping Australia posted a photo showing a window sign at the store that said $5 entry refundable on purchase, regular customers free. So they don't want just randos coming in there, but if you go there all the time, you can get in for free.
Sure. Hey, Alice, come on in.
I mean, anybody who spends money inside won't be out of the pocket, but window shoppers and tourists who leave empty-handed will lose their $5. Wait for them to earn a couple bucks. And apparently some people are not happy with that.
Don't shop at that consignment shop.
Well, I don't know. You go in there looking at junk, and if you don't see the junk you're looking for, then you get charged $5 for it? What is this, a nightclub?
Well, don't go. You don't have to go.
National Consignment Day. There's going to be a lot of people at the consignment store here over the next couple of weeks getting their Halloween costumes put together.
Most certainly.
Yeah. Television tonight, Monday Night Football, of course, on ABC and ESPN. Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. And Travis Kelce's 9-inch penis.
Did something happen that I wasn't aware of?
Yeah, the Taylor Swift album dropped. Where have you been?
Well, no, I know that.
My wife, dude. She came home at lunch on Friday because it dropped Thursday night at midnight. She came home at lunch on Friday, and she was like, I've listened to it 3 times, and I don't know if there's a song I like, and blah, 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 this, that. And then, of course, I'm seeing stuff on social media. I said, is there really a song in there about Travis Kelce's penis? And she's like, yeah, it's called Wood and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, did she say something about smelling his wiener in the song? Is there lyric? And my wife's like, I don't really know. I'm not paying attention to it. I'm trying to find a groove and this and that. So then she comes home from work later in the afternoon on Friday after she had already come home for lunch. And I said, how many times have you listened to it now? She's like, I'm at like 6 or 7. And I said, okay. And then she's listening to it. We went out to get dinner on Friday. Went to a friend of ours opened up a bar recently. So we went and patronized his place. Had some good burgers. It was delicious. And on the way there, it's in the car. She's playing it, right? And then we get up on Saturday and we're doing pumpkin stuff. And it's on. And I said, look,
we got a long weekend ahead.
I said, I'm happy that you like it, but I'm up to the brim here. I'm overflowing with Taylor Swift here. We got to get it off the radio. We got to stop listening to it. You can do that on your private time. I got up. So Saturday night, after we went out and did the pumpkin stuff and whatever, and then came home and watched a movie, and I went to bed. She stayed up, and then I got up on Sunday, and I said, how many times did you listen to it last night? And she's like, I don't know, about 10. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you got a problem.
I think that.
Well, and she doesn't seem happy with it. She's telling me that she's
figuring it out. There's
she's like
reviews.
She said she's having a hard time connecting to it. Apparently, like it's not. She's having a hard time finding a song that she likes.
One of the daughters loved it. The other one was like more like.
But there's a song on there, and there's all sorts of like little. She does the Easter eggs, right?
Yes.
And so
lots of them.
There's a thing about the length of the song and adding up the numbers, and it's 9 inches, and like whatever. Who knows?
But they play tonight.
Yeah, Travis Kelce and his 9-inch hammer are going to be on the field tonight against the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday Night Football. Yeah, it was on repeat in my house all weekend. That's for sure. Also on TV, if you don't want to watch Monday Night Football, The Voice, Part 5 of the blind auditions on NBC. Name That Tune, new episode of that on Fox, followed by a new episode of Celebrity Weakest Link. Also on NBC tonight, a new episode of Brilliant Minds. Speaking of Taylor Swift, she's going to be walking with a limp when she shows up on Jimmy Fallon, if the rumors are true about his hammer.
Fallon, she's doing the whole late night circuit this week.
She's going to be on with Fallon tonight. So is Kerry Russell in The Format. Well, you got to feel bad when you're somebody else on the show with Taylor Swift. You're like, oh, great.
Can I go first? Like,
no one's tuning in to watch me. You know what I mean? Like, they're just waiting for her to show up. Kimmel's got Seth Rogen, Aziz Ansari, and Nathaniel Rateliff in the Night Sweats.
They're very
That's on Kimmel. Colbert is in repeats tonight.
Okay.
Seth Meyers has got Kirsten Dunst and Tony Shalhoub as his guests. We started watching the Ed Gein thing, got an episode in.
So did I.
We were busy, and we started watching it late on Sunday morning, and then I was putting the stuff in the crock pot. I couldn't really pay attention, so we kind of...
I might be done.
You don't like it?
I watched episode 1 on Friday night,
okay.
Episode 2 Saturday night, and then we got about halfway through episode 3 last night, and I was like, I gotta watch something else before I go to bed. You gotta
cleanse the palate? So
yeah,
you're watching it before bed. That's your problem.
I just don't...
Watch it in the daylight.
I also don't know if I don't know.
You don't want to know about nipple belts?
I know about it, right? Like, I feel like I know about it enough. I don't know if I need to see it all portrayed and acted out in front of me.
My wife didn't realize that he was born and lived in La Crosse.
Yeah,
and that his dad operated a grocery store here.
Yes.
And, she had no idea about that stuff. And so now she's in on it because it's got that, obviously Plainfield, right, is where all this stuff happens. So there was no real, physical connection there other than it being from Wisconsin. But now that she's got that hook in her, she's all about it. So
I don't know.
8 episodes.
By the time
though,
I get to 3, it's like he's just just I don't know. I'm not sure I can do it. So we're just gonna see.
I didn't even realize
last night I was like, I don't know if I need to watch.
I didn't realize that his mom was Aunt Jackie from
She did a great job.
Yeah, well, I had no idea until we started watching. I was like, holy crap, it's Aunt Jackie. I didn't even know.
From Roseanne.
Yeah. But Ed Gein, what is it, Monster, the Ed Gein story or whatever it is on Netflix. We started watching that this weekend. It was okay. First episode.
Skins and faces and stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know how much.
Silence of the Lambs.
I don't know how much I need that.
Did you get to that part yet? The face?
There's stuff happening already.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
it doesn't take long. It gets right into it. I mean, there's no, boyhood trauma. It's just, milking the cow and mother's underwear, and the next thing you know, it's
there's faces
we're going 155. All right. RockMornings.com to get in touch with us. Highly suspect.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. You take your dogs for walks in the woods, on the bluffs, on the trails.
Yes, sometimes.
Occasionally.
Yeah, there's some hiking trails we like up. I like the Quarry one, and then sometimes we go down by some other state park or county parks down by Goose and
Thoreau.
Yeah.
You ever encounter any wildlife other than the typical squirrel, bunny, bird?
No.
Chipmunk?
When this was a long time ago when we had Kiki and we first moved here, we were down there, as a matter of fact, at Goose, and she came across a rattler.
Ooh.
That was stretched across the trail,
Sunning
we were walking
itself,
around,
not paying attention.
not paying attention, and this, I was like, oh, so, but never scared off like a badger or something like that. That's come after us, but and the raccoons at our campsite when we were camping with her that one time, but no, other than the rattler, which she did save us from stepping on.
Well, that's good by barking and paying attention.
Oh yeah, she freaked out.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what my dogs would do. I know Fenway would bark at anything. Remy's kind of stupid, so she'd probably chase after something if she had the chance. She loves the squirrels in the backyard. They go right up the tree, and, of course, she goes nuts. Yep. This guy in Canada, though, just had his life saved by his dog after it fought off a grizzly bear.
Good boy or girl.
The dog, by the way, just made it into the Purina Animal Hall of Fame. Did you know that such a thing existed?
For its efforts in saving its owner?
Yeah, so Purina, the pet food brand, they've got a Animal Hall of Fame, and they put this guy's dog in there. He's a 70-year-old dude named Craig Campbell. He was hiking with his 10-year-old Doberman named Knight. The dog's name is Knight.
And 10, too, with a dog that size.
Cross paths with a mama bear and 2 cubs.
Oh, yeah.
Very dangerous situation.
Yeah.
The Doberman was able to fight off the bear long enough so that Craig could grab his can of bear spray that he had with him, because probably, when you're walking around in the woods like that.
That's what you do when you live in
Canada.
In Canada.
You probably expect to encounter a bear or something along those lines. And, yeah, the dog was able to fend off the bear long enough for this guy to spray the bear. It went running, and he and Knight, of course, went in the opposite direction, and now Knight has ended up in the Purina Animal Hall of Fame.
I said to myself, I'm about to die. She came racing out of the bush at full speed. Everything was silent, really, except for the huffing of the bear, which was so loud, giving me time to get my bear spray out. At which point I said to myself over and over, I'm going to live, I'm going to live, I'm going to live. The best dog is the dog you have in front of you.
Fumbling to reach his bear spray, the mother bear charging at him. The dog comes running out of nowhere, must have been off leash, and goes right at the grizzly.
Well, did you hear him? I didn't think I was going to make it.
He said that the bear was probably about 7-8 feet tall on its hind legs. Beautiful dog, by the way. Knight. Pictures of him. Spent years training Knight in obedience, protection, and tracking through the German sport of Schutzhund, a discipline often used for police dogs. He said, I always wanted to turn a dog into some sort of super dog. I knew the breed pretty well. I ordered Knight from the best breeder I could find. He wasn't just my buddy and my friend, but a dog I could train and bring out the very best in him. Believes that the preparation made the difference. Most dogs will flee from a bear. My dog runs at them. He's a very brave dog. Yeah. This guy got himself a little super dog there. Pretty cool, though. Purina Animal Hall of Fame.
I have a lot of respect for Dobermans. When I was I have a Doberman story. When I was growing up, I had a friend that kind of lived in our neck of the woods, and we were outside, right, in the country, and she had 2 Dobermans, and she had moved to town, and we became friends. And anyway, we were walking into town along the side of the highway once, and, as a young girl, I didn't really think anything of it, but I know that these guys pulled over in the car, and if we wouldn't have had the dogs, it would have ended differently. It was creepy. They were older. It was weird. It was dangerous. It was, I'm not sure that something terrible wouldn't have happened to us. Mm-hmm. Those dogs went nuts. And the guys got out of the car, and these dogs and I had been with her. I'd been playing with these dogs for months and months and months. Never saw them act like that ever. They were just wonderful. They just knew, and they just went. I mean, the ear, the thing, and they would look, and the guys got in the car and took off, and we ran home and told moms and all that stuff. But ever since then, I have much, much respect for Dobermans.
Beautiful dogs.
Gorgeous. And like I said, they were sweet, playful, her pets. And then when put in that situation where they could tell that there was something afoot, they were like vicious attack dogs. It was awesome.
Very cool. Rock Mornings, Brian and Gene. Bad Omens coming up.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Your stressful job and long hours always got in the way of romance. Well, now that the government is shut down and so has your career, sign up for the only dating app exclusively for furloughed federal workers. Introducing Furlomance. Whether you're a census worker in search of a plus one, a TSA agent with emotional baggage, or an IRS auditor who knows money can't buy you love, and that's good because you don't have any, give your love life a stimulus package on Furlomance. You ain't getting paid, maybe you will get laid. Furlomance, because love doesn't need congressional approval. Yet.
My next door neighbor is on furlough.
Ooh.
He was outside.
Worker?
Yep. He was outside on Saturday. We pulled up with the pumpkins from the thing, and he's like, and he's washing his windows and stuff. And I'm like, wow, he's like, well, we got a lot of time to get a lot of stuff done.
Government shutdown continuing. What are we on, day 5, 6?
So 750,000 federal employees, ranging from workers at national parks to financial regulators, are furloughed.
What'd you say?
regulators. Is that what you were waiting for?
Federal regulators?
Mm-hmm.
Regulators! Mount up.
Yep. Furloughed. I'm like, well, if you got some extra time, man.
I got some projects. Put you to work. There's Gene over there.
Kick back. I'll cook you some food or, get you a case of beer or something. You're furloughed.
It's a nice little relationship.
You could do some, give and take kind of thing here.
We got to start packing and getting everything ready. We got to get the hell out of here on Friday. We're leaving at like 4 a.m, driving all the way to Cleveland, stopping there for the night, and then we'll end up in New Hampshire on Saturday at some point. Drop off the trailer that we're towing at my aunt's house, which is where the mower and the snow thrower are. Don't want to be towing that thing around town while I'm driving. Yeah, and then Mom's internment next Tuesday at the Veterans Cemetery there in New Hampshire. Working on where we're going to go and who we're staying with and what we're going to do and who we're seeing, trying to find time to do all the things. My wife keeps mentioning every single restaurant in the history of mankind. Oh, we should try this. We should go. I'm like, honey.
We have 4 nights, 5 meals, 6 meals.
I'm trying to lose weight. Yeah. And then on the way back, we're stopping at the camp. There's a Boy Scout camp where they filmed the very first Friday the 13th in New Jersey. And it's actually it's an active Boy Scout camp. So they go there in the summertime. But in the off season, they offer tours and they got a little gift shop and a merchandise area and whatnot. And you can stay in some of the cabins. We did not choose that option because it's very expensive, but it's like a very in-depth 4-hour tour at this camp. So it'd be pretty cool to see. And then we're staying overnight in the New Jersey area before we head back and stop on Saturday. No, the following week on Saturday, we're stopping in Cincinnati to go to a comedy club because William Montgomery from Kill Tony is going to be doing a stand-up set at this comedy club, and it just happened to work out that we were going to kind of go through that area. So stop and see his stand-up comedy, see what that's all about.
No Red Sox? Oh, they're done.
They're out. Thanks. No Red Sox. No Red Sox. That's all right.
I did see. I mean, I know it's the Yankees.
We're going to be so busy, man. We're not going to have time.
But you can appreciate the dad level on this. I did see a video this weekend where it was I don't know, maybe the kid was like 9 or 10 or something, and there's Yankee stuff all over the kid's bedroom wall. So you can tell, right? Yeah. Super fan or whatever. And the dad's like, wake up or whatever. And he's like, you want to play hooky today and go see the Red Sox and Yankees play last week or whatever? The kid, he's completely like sleeping, and then he wakes up and he like realizes what his dad's saying, and he starts like crying. He's like, "Get dressed, we gotta go. It was cool.
Real marathons are hard enough. The beer mile, we've seen that one. That's a kind of interesting take on a marathon, right? Mm-hmm. Where you do a mile on a track, and every lap you take, you chug a beer. It's very difficult, hard on your system. This might be the most difficult thing of all time. The International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. Have you heard of this thing? We've talked about this before.
I think so.
This happens in Denver, and I think it's like the 4th or 5th year they've done this. A 50K, by the way, is 31 miles. The race is a loop throughout Denver, and it includes mandatory stops at 10 area Taco Bells. And here's how it works. You have to order something at 9 of the 10 Taco Bells, and you've got to actually eat the food in the midst of all the running that you're doing. That includes 1 Chalupa Supreme or 1 Crunchwrap Supreme.
They tell you what you have to eat.
By the 4th stop, and 1 Burrito Supreme or 1 Nachos Bel Grande by the 8th stop. You need to finish the 31 miles within 11 hours. Need to keep all your receipts and wrappers, and drinks do not count as food, FYI. Very challenging race for not only your body, but your digestive system. 0 tolerance policy on vomiting. So if you spew, you're out. Immediately disqualified, and you're banned from on-course stomach medicines like Pepto, Pepcid AC, Alka-Seltzer, or Mylanta.
Why do you do this? What do you get? Is there like $1 million prize or something?
You're able to use the bathroom as much as you like or as much as you need, but you can only use Taco Bell restrooms, along with 1 other approved public toilet. I'm not quite sure why they have 1 just rando one, but The Taco Bell 50K, by the way, is in its 8th year, and it just happened this Saturday. Haven't announced a winner or any of the final numbers yet. They got to tally all this stuff up and figure it out, but they were expecting around 600 participants this year. 600 people.
Said, yeah, sure.
Say, I want to run 31 miles and eat a bunch of Taco Bell while I'm doing it.
Sure, yeah, I'd like to do that.
For the record, Taco Bell not affiliated with it in any way, shape, or form. They won't even comment on it, right? Because they don't want to.
So it's not affiliated from them.
No, but somebody started this. Organizers say they believe that it's probably hung up by their legal team because if they endorse it, they may open themselves up to liability issues. Well, look, it wouldn't be that far-fetched to believe that someone running a 31-mile marathon eating Taco Bell could drop dead in the middle of it, and then next thing you know, you've got Taco Bell on the hook for some kind of lawsuit.
We're in Denver. We're at the Taco Bell 50K, and we're going. Fall down. Only 30 to go. We're at the second Taco Bell. It's 2 miles in. We're eating cinnamon twists. Mile 10, cheesy roll-up. Mile 6, we have to eat a burrito grande. Mile 20, and we're at the next Taco Bell. Cheesy roll-up that has been in my belt for the past 5 miles. Mile 30, last Taco Bell. Cheers. Cheers.
No. Not only do I not want to run a marathon, I certainly don't want to run a marathon and eat Taco Bell either.
I suppose if you're trained and you're in that great of shape and it's not, I mean, maybe it's fun and it's not that big a deal to eat along the way. Stop it at mile 10 to get yourself a taco, hard shell or something.
You got to have some kind of sustenance. We had that lady that got mad at her boyfriend a couple weeks ago that was running a marathon and he ate all her snacks. Ugh, get weighted down. Next thing you know, one of those things doesn't hit right. Oof. Taco Bell 50K. 31 miles. 10 different Taco Bell stops.
Well, the fact that there's certain items that you have to have versus, a soft shell chicken with just lettuce on it or something. But, you've got to have the Bel Grande and the Supreme.
Alex texted in and said that Taco Bell marathon sounds like a war crime against my gut. There's no way I'd be able to run and eat without a blowout. Well, there's some very famous photos of marathoners who have had blowouts as well without the Taco Bell.
Gastrically demanding.
Yeah. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Not enough to run for it. No, I'm not. I'll run for the border.
Guts of steel.
Oof. No, thank you. That does not sound fun at all. Got the, what do we got? Cult Firewoman. It's on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Got a text from Alex who said, good morning. Did you see that Cam Patterson is one of the newest cast members on SNL? I did see that. Congratulations to him. I don't think it's going to be a good fit. If you watch Kill Tony and you know Cam Patterson and the kind of comedy that he does, it just...
Did you see any of the clips from this?
I didn't watch any of it yet. The season premiere of SNL with Doja Cat and Bad Bunny. No, I saw some of the headlines on Sunday morning, but I didn't watch any of the show. Alex said I saw some clips on TikTok, but I'm excited for him. Dude climbed the ranks of popularity super fast. He did. I mean, the guy's hilarious. I think he's funny as hell. I just don't know if it's a good fit for what SNL does. It seems like
it's a little bit more R-rated on a regular basis than
he is, certainly, yeah. Might be a Shane Gillis situation there where, not the right kind of peanut butter and jelly. We'll see, though. Cam Patterson, good on him. SNL, regular paying job, Stacy sent me a message on Facebook, said, we're going to Utah next weekend to visit a bunch of national parks. Hope the government can figure this bleep out before then. And I said, well, at least the parks will be open. It just won't have any services, right? There won't be any park rangers and stuff like that.
Or, I remember last time there was a furlough, it ended up being where there was no
bathrooms,
garbage pickup and all that stuff became overwhelming and, really an issue. So
she said, no visitor center with park rangers to help figure out which hikes are the best, but hopefully bathrooms will be open and somewhat clean.
We hope so, too.
Best of luck on your trip to Utah, Stace. Oof. Did you see the Mark Sanchez stuff this weekend?
The what?
You remember Mark Sanchez, right? Former NFL quarterback, the butt fumble guy?
I have never seen this before in my life. Watch this. Vince Wilfork is going to throw Brandon Moore back into his quarterback. He's going to fumble the football. This is what Reggie White used to do to people. Forklift them and just lift them off the ground. Mark Sanchez not expecting it, and it was the backside of Brandon Moore that knocked the ball out.
So that is what Mark Sanchez became famous for, other than being an NFL quarterback, but that was probably the most famous play he ever had, the butt fumble against the Patriots, where he ran into the back of his own guy and fumbled the ball. Well, now he's going to be way famous because of what happened to him over the weekend in Indianapolis. He's a Fox Sports analyst.
Yes.
And he was down there for the game.
That's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. And Colts, Raiders, working the game as an analyst. And then,
so he's on the job. I mean, he's like down there to cover football.
Yes. And, there are a couple nights before they do a bunch of interviews. They have, meetings and all that stuff. And they run through and they got all that, practice and all that stuff, whatever. And on Friday night, this guy, Mark Sanchez, got apparently blasted in Indianapolis, which, whatever, dude, do you? Sometime after midnight on Saturday, though, in the morning, got into a fight with a 69-year-old guy. The guy was apparently, sucking out old kitchen oil out of a hotel or something like that, right? He was,
So he's working. He's at work with his truck doing truck and work stuff.
And there's a ton of details out there, and you can read more about it. But basically, Sanchez and this guy were going back and forth, and Sanchez kept telling the guy he didn't have a right to be parked there. Got into his truck, got out of his truck, chased the guy around. This dude's didn't know what the hell was going on. Apparently, he maced Sanchez, right? Because he's got some pepper spray on him.
Truck driver.
So the guy used pepper spray on Mark Sanchez, didn't stop him from attacking, took out a knife, stabbed Sanchez 2 or 3 times, and then Sanchez ran away. Both men ended up in the hospital, however, because this guy got thrown to the ground and got stabbed as well. This guy, Sanchez, now facing a misdemeanor charge of battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, public intox. He was released from the hospital yesterday. The family of the other guy releasing photos of what the stabbing and all the injuries and stuff, and just what a crazy ass story out of the NFL with Mark Sanchez over the weekend.
Okay.
Gets stabbed a bunch of times, goes to the hospital, then gets arrested because guess who's at fault? Mark Sanchez for being a drunken idiot. Went to a bar, apparently, stumbled into a bar after he got stabbed. The guy at the bar got him some help, didn't know who he was.
As I was closing, somebody was banging on the window, saw the person needed help, and had blood on him. He said that he had been shot, brought him inside, laid him down, called 911, put towels over injuries that he had. I was trying to talk to him a little bit. It was a little bit trying to get his name. Couldn't really understand what he was saying. I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
So this guy's delivering food or sucking oil out of his kitchen or some sort of... He's doing work, though, right? He's a truck driver who's supposed to be there, and it's all about where he was parked. That's how this whole thing...
There may have been more to it than that, but, Sanchez obviously was out of his mind and went after this guy. And there's security footage of this whole incident. Yeah. Photos of the alleged victim show a large gash in the guy's cheek. His family said the cut from the fight actually went through his cheek and hit his tongue. So this guy's got a knife going through his cheek and hitting his tongue. They released some photos of that, too, by the way. They're pretty graphic. You can obviously Google them if you want to find them, but Sanchez described by the alleged victim as smelling of alcohol, slurred speech, back and forth about the truck and parking there and all that stuff. This guy was doing his job exchanging used cooking oil from the Westin Hotel when Sanchez approached him and, started messing around with him and chased him around. Just an absolutely wild story.
Threw him up against a wall, it sounds like, before the...
Well, and then, I said, the guy pepper sprayed him, right?
Well, you just picked me up and threw me up against a wall and are attacking me for doing my job. I would be scared, too.
The guy realized things had escalated. He was now in physical danger, reached into his pocket, grabbed his pepper spray, sprayed Mr. Sanchez in the face, said the pepper spray appeared to have an effect on him for a moment, but Mr. Sanchez wiped his face and again advanced towards him, thought this guy is trying to kill me, pulled his knife, and when Mr. Sanchez came at him, he went at Mr. Sanchez, struck him 2 or 3 times with the knife, said he found himself flying back into the dumpster and falling onto the pallets on the ground. Sanchez allegedly kept striking and punching this guy until the guy got up and stabbed him one more time. At that point, Sanchez apparently ran away down the alley and was later found at that bar by the bartender there, and who called 911. And what a wild ass scene, man.
Wow, that is wild.
I woke up to that. I was like, whoa. And I told my wife, and she's like, you mean the butt fumble guy? And I said, yeah, the butt fumble guy.
He has no memory of the incident?
Possible, I guess. I mean, if you get drugged or something like that. I don't know.
Wow. All right. Well, there's video footage, so.
But there is video of it, so yeah. And Sanchez obviously getting charged with some crimes as well. This poor guy's just trying to do his job and gets attacked by some
lunatic at 12:30 in the morning.
Yes. Nutso. Poppy in a bit, talking about waiting. We'll get to bad news, happy music as well. rockmornings.com to get in touch with us.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Waiting kind of sucks. You were just talking about going out to eat and having to wait because you got a big table of 6 there. Takes longer. You're in a full restaurant.
Yeah. And you expect that. You know it's going to take longer to get a table, and it's going to take longer to get your drinks and your food and all of that stuff. But
we love sitting at the bar for that reason. It feels like when you sit at the bar to eat and drink,
you have quicker service.
Much quicker service. Well, because the bartender's right there all the time, as opposed to serving other tables. That's not to say that I don't enjoy sitting at a table and being waited on, but given the choice, like especially in a bar, as opposed to like a restaurant that has a bar, yeah, we'll sit at the bar and just order our food there. But apparently waiting is good for your brain, according to science.
Now, this could be waiting in line. This could be waiting for your name to get called. It could be waiting at the DMV or...
New study just came out, says that waiting is actually good for you. Try to remember that next time you're having a fit at the DMV. Being okay with waiting improves your self-control. Waiting is an exercise in patience, obviously. So being able to regulate your emotions and not get annoyed will only help you in the long run.
Well, it's a skill you have to learn. Little kids, you have to wait for things to happen, and it's hard for them to understand that. So.
Especially if you're going to a place where you know you're going to wait, like the DMV, right? You can prepare yourself mentally and say, hey, look, I know I'm going to be there for who knows how long, so just deal with it. Waiting before you respond to an email or make a purchase can be a lifesaver. People tend to react impulsively, especially with those emails, Gene. All 9 of them that I got on Friday. Intentional pause before you make a big decision could be the difference. It's similar to any kind of response, right? You're having a conversation with someone and they ask you a pretty serious question.
I really need to buy this. I had a feeling about it a while ago. Well, that's where you get up to the counter and you're like, yeah, I'm not getting this.
Waiting can also be fun if you savor it. How many times has the excitement and countdown for your trip been better than the trip itself? If you turn waiting into a game, it can be fun, they say. That's science telling you that waiting can be good for your brain. So instead of seeing waiting as an inconvenience, try to reframe it in your mind. Think of it as an opportunity to reflect or give your brain the gift of zoning out. Like that zoning out. I don't like waiting.
Well, I don't think anybody really, really embraces it and is like, I can't wait to wait in line. Can't wait to wait in line to go to the bathroom. Can't wait. Wait. But I see where they're coming from. And like I said, it's a learned skill, too. Little kids, you've got to teach people. It's not something you're just born with, that patience to understand that line's only going to go as fast as it's going.
I would like to go back to a time when you could just walk in, pick something off the shelf, pay for it, and leave. I don't need to give you my zip code. I don't need to be a member of your rewards. I understand why it's all there. I get it. I do the same thing for a job. I'm in marketing. I worked in those stores. I tried to buy windshield washers or wipers at a place one time. And the guy couldn't figure out how to get to the next screen because it requires him to get my email address to sign up for some kind of rewards program. So I walked out. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll go get wipers somewhere else. It's insane to me. You don't need to know where I live. I'm just here to buy some wipers, dude. Windshield wipers, $30. Here you go. Here's the cash. I'll see you later.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with waiting. That's just...
Well, it's part of the process, though, right? I'm waiting for you to figure out how to, get me the hell out of your store. Right? It's infuriating.
The value of waiting. mindfulness. I heard this comedian that was talking. He was like, people taking time to be mindful now. He goes, we used to just, you'd have to be mindful because you were just, riding the school bus and there was nothing to do.
Right.
Or you'd have to find, you'd be mindful while you'd be rewinding your videotape. Rewinding something, being mindful. Anyway, waiting, good for you.
Yeah,
you guys remember that. If you're, instead of getting frustrated, it's hard.
It depends on what it is.
I know, me too.
I had an appointment with a doctor. This was a couple of years ago. I got there on time, early, obviously, for me. Got into the room. Nurse came in, checked you out, blood pressure, asked you the questions. Doctor will be right in. 40 minutes pass, and I said to myself, you got 5 more minutes and I'm out of here, bro. You're legitimately wasting my time, right? That I made the appointment. We agreed upon it. Your schedule lady said that you'll be available to come see me. I understand things happen. Some appointments
happen.
But
Right?
40 minutes, bro? Like, send in a different doctor or somebody else.
Well, or come give me an update.
Right. And you're just sitting there waiting, and you're like, can I open the door? Should I just sit here longer? So then finally, the guy opens up the door and apologizes, and I was like... And I said, well, thanks for the apology, but it would be better is if you actually showed up on time.
Things happen.
Don't care.
Emergencies come up.
I was here on time. Why can't you be here on time?
Well, just an update then.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Bad news, happy music coming up a bit later on. Also going to talk about Loch Ness Monster. Your favorite subject. No?
Is it Bigfoot, Loch Ness?
We'll get there. Stone Temple Pilots now.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
The truth is out there, Gene.
There's aliens?
Mythical creatures. They got to come from somewhere, right? Whether it's the Mothman, whether it's Bigfoot.
There are no abominable snowmen. There are no Sasquatches. There are no big feet.
Maybe Loch Ness Monster's more your style?
We now take you to Scotland and an update on the Loch Ness Monster, full-time Nessie hunter.
Day 426. Nope. Still nothing.
And that's your update on the Loch Ness Monster, full-time Nessie hunter.
As they said in Spaceballs, we ain't found bleep. Well, Anna Kendrick, the actress.
Yes.
Is she in the Pitch Perfect movies, right? A couple other things. She apparently thinks she saw the Loch Ness Monster when she was in Scotland visiting the set of The Traitors earlier this year.
Just recently this year, you're saying?
The trip was incredible. We went all around Scotland. We went to Loch Ness. Why wouldn't you? And I am a card-carrying skeptic. It's like UFOs and Bigfoot. What are we talking about?
This is Nessie, isn't it?
There was a thing, and it came out of the water. It looked right at me. It might have actually just been one suspicious ripple. But I'm telling you, there was something. I felt it.
It looked at her? Are you looking at me?
That's what she said. Anna Kendrick.
I saw you.
That she saw Nessie, and Nessie saw her.
Looking at me.
So I ask you, much like Hypothetical Thursday, of all the mythical creatures you can think of, the Beast of Bray Road, the Chupacabra, unicorns, whatever you, mermaids, Bigfoots, which of the mythical creatures would you like to have undeniable proof of existence? Video, pictures, footprints, like something tangible, like a skeleton or some sort of body in the woods. Of all of them, which one would you like to know exists? Not necessarily which one's your favorite, but if you could have undeniable proof of any mythical creature, which one would you want?
Probably a mermaid. Because I like the concept and the idea of it, but...
You love them dolphins, man. You're a freak about dolphins.
Well, it's a... There's nothing really scary about it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Did you ever watch Pirates of the Caribbean?
And I watched the movie where they flooded the house. And
Yeah. There are scary mermaids out there. Don't think there aren't. Well, And if you know the entomology of a mermaid, they were there to call this. They were the siren song,
Yes.
right? They called sailors to their death. So they're actually very scary, Gene.
Dragons would be cool.
Ooh. Now you're talking.
Right.
Do you think a dragon was actually like a leftover dinosaur? Like, do you think dragons were actually like dinosaurs that maybe...
Sure, some winged monster that
somehow hatched out of a cave back in the medieval times, and maybe there was one or two of them, and they turned into this dragon lore, or was some kind of big bird they couldn't figure out? Like a mangy bird?
Well, probably.
Because birds are descendants of dinosaurs, right?
Dinosaurs had died out, but there was a bird, but it had reptilian qualities.
Yeah, scales as opposed to feathers.
Fire-breathing, dragonating the countryside.
Dragon!
Not that.
You still sticking with mermaids?
Yeah, or dragon, I think. Versus, I don't know, I mean... Whenever there's the Loch Ness or the possible Bigfoot sightings, it's why can't anyone get a clearer picture of this, right? Why does it always...
Because you have to essentially be at the ready when it happens.
Right.
And you think of how big the loch is.
Climbing up the rock in the one national park or whatever.
Well, I'm sure there's cameras pointed at Loch Ness, but how much of that can you actually film? Right? And where do you zoom in?
I don't necessarily believe in Loch Ness.
You don't think there's some sort of plesiosaurus down there? Some sort of...
One that's just been forever?
Maybe. What about unicorns?
Yeah. It's a horse with a...
Horn on it.
Can it fly?
Yeah, well, that's a Pegasus. Pegasus has the wings.
Because that's cool.
Flying horse with big-ass wings.
Unicorn's magical, but it really just is.
Why are giraffes real, but unicorns aren't? Like, look at a giraffe.
There's all sorts of things that are like that.
Giraffe's like a weird-looking animal. Very weird. But we can't get a unicorn?
Are you picking Bigfoot?
Bigfoot would be badass. If I could have undeniable proof of one cryptid or cryptoid or whatever the hell you call them, I would go Bigfoot. That seems to be the one that most people think actually exists. What's up with what are you doing with your
Kraken? How about the Kraken?
Ooh, you don't want the Kraken. That thing's Bermuda Triangle stuff. You know what I mean? Sucking boats down to the bottom. Big octopus-like thing. I don't think you want the Kraken.
Okay, I don't want the Kraken.
Undeniable proof. You don't have to be around it. You don't have to touch it or go see it or anything. You just know that it exists. Without question.
I don't want a werewolf. Probably a dragon.
Dragon?
Probably a dragon.
I'm going Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I think we'd have an easier time controlling the Bigfoot than the dragon.
We don't have to control it. It's just we're...
I don't know. Every dragon movie I've ever seen, you got to control them. Things get out of hand real fast with the dragons. That's always a recipe for disaster. Bigfoot, could be friendly. Could live in your house, eat your lettuce, hold your dog.
There was a movie.
Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons. It was delightful. Gene's going dragon. I'm going Bigfoot. Mythical creatures.
Did something happen with them? Is there a new one?
No, I just the Anna Kendrick thing popped up, and I
made you think about it.
Yeah, I think Charlie Sheen's obsessed with the Loch Ness Monster, too. Which doesn't surprise me. When the Mexican cartel has to cut you off because you do too much of their cocaine.
Then maybe you can see all sorts of things.
Maybe you can see that. Yeah, maybe that's happening. Got a text from Spencer. Said it's his 37th birthday, wants to hear some Rammstein to celebrate. Happy birthday, Spencer.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
For Spencer, turning 37 today. Happy birthday, dude. Wanted some Rammstein. You're welcome.
Hey, by the way, there's the zoo in New Orleans.
Okay.
Is doing a dragons and other mythical creatures at their zoo with these giant, tall animatronic, move and breathe fire and do all sorts of stuff, including the Loch Ness Monster and unicorns and the giant cyclops and griffin and dragons and all sorts of stuff. So they move around and do all sorts of cool stuff.
So it's interactive, not a movie type thing.
Yeah, if you happen to be in the New Orleans Zoo area or traveling or whatever, but it's kind of cool. Look at them.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, they're like wood sculptures.
No, they're like, they move and do stuff. See, well, that one might not, but some of these other ones, like, see how it, like,
gotcha.
Its wings do stuff, and
looks like they have a band like Chuck E. Cheese.
That one does.
Oh, the three-headed dog.
Yeah.
What is that, Cerebrus, right? Cerebus?
That big snake.
Big snake. Alec texted in and said, what if dragons were real, but they were exterminated by knights and the archives were lost to time? Sounds like some kind of movie you just watched. Yeah. Well, again, a lot of this stuff comes from somewhere, right? Yeah, you could conjure up some sort of furry dude living in the woods. Wouldn't be that far of a stretch. You know what I mean? To think of something like that. Some sort of ape man living out there.
Small guy underneath a bridge.
But, you know, where do these other things come from? The Mothman and the Loch Ness and all that stuff. Same with dragons. Did you see, by the way, friggin' sports, did you see the Phillies' pathetic attempt at a 999?
I did. The little hot dogs.
Jesus Christ. What a disaster. I'd be ashamed of myself as an organization if I put that out there.
So it was just
any baseball fan worth a damn knows what a 999 is. 9 innings, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The Phillies put some kind of bastardized version of this thing out for their game on Saturday against the Dodgers at Citizens Bank Park. $54.99. And you get 9 like mini dogs. They're like little tiny wiener dogs, little
smokies, like in a bun.
And then they're like 4-ounce pours of beer. It's not a true 999. It's lame as F. Philly's selling 9 bite-sized hot dogs paired with 9 tiny beers. Each not much more than a shot glass worth. So that's like 3 ounces, maybe 4 ounces.
Fun size? It's a fun size? Is that what it is?
And a one-stop. Now, look, I like the idea of selling this as a thing that you could take back to your seat.
Yes.
Because there are fans out there that want to try the 999. But come on, man. This is pathetic. J.J. Watt even endorsing this thing, which is lame. J.J. Watt, do better.
Petite. The beers are called petite.
Yeah, they're not petite. They're barely any beer.
Fun size dogs, petite beers.
That's 3 beers essentially. If each one of them is 4 ounces, if each one of them is 4 ounces, you've got 3 12-ounce beers, right? $9.99 is a regular season, middle of the summer challenge with your crew. October baseball is lock-in time, said J.J. Watt on social media. Completed the full-size challenge over 5.5 innings this summer at a Brewer game. So this man knows what he's talking about. But this thing is some sort of bastardization of the 999.
The concession package itself, like you said, the box that you can purchase and it looks like the ballpark, and you can take it with you back to your seat, so you're like that.
Philly's also selling stuffed turkey egg rolls and s'mores espresso martinis on the postseason menu. The team and Aramark already selling Bader Tots, named for their outfielder Harrison Bader. The tots come like the heart of a Phillies order, loaded. They're topped with American cheese, crumbled bacon, cheddar jack cheese, sour cream, and scallions. But this 999 thing got me all fueled up this weekend. I was pissed.
The one complete box with a scorecard to keep track is cool, but the petite beers and the fun size hot dogs.
Yeah. At least, look, and I get it. You can't be like giving some guy 9 beers and saying, "Here you go."
Yes.
Right? That's not that's not responsible, right? But the mini dogs, come on, man. You can at least give me 9 regular dogs. Give me the trash ones, the dollar ones that you serve up.
I was just going to say, a dollar night. Make them all $1 or something.
I saw that, though, and I was like, this is pathetic. I'd be incensed if I was a Phillies fan and I went to the stupid concession booth and got one of these things. Give me a break. I could get that done in like half an inning. 9 4-ounce beers? Come on, man. Next.
But they do have to make the little tiny buns to make the to fit the little tiny hot dogs.
Yeah, and then they charge you $55 for it.
Saw that.
It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Bad News, Happy Music is coming up next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Florida man. Florida man. Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
I don't know if they knew what was in the semi when they stole it or if they're just stealing semis and hoping they get lucky. But in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, there have been 4 tractor trailers stolen in the last 4 months, semis. Thieves are usually targeting expensive hauls like whiskey and beef, but this latest theft is kind of weird. A truck and trailer stolen about a week ago, and it was packed with about $35,000 worth of salsa. The truck was later abandoned, but the trailer and the salsa still missing.
Gone. All of it gone.
Unclear what kind of salsa it is, but
$35,000 worth.
Unclear if the thieves got bad intel, if it was just a crime of opportunity and they were hoping that it had something more valuable in it, or if they just have a lot of chips and no salsa.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is salsa seems like a very difficult product to offload for cash in terms of like resale. Having a
pop-up salsa stand.
Especially when people might be looking for somebody who recently came into a bunch of salsa. Police there in Windsor, Ontario, Canada, asking for the public's help. So if you know somebody who's suddenly got a lot of salsa,
you should check into that. Well,
or
it
is
sounds
trying
like
to sell crates of it on social media.
They were getting lucky, or they were getting intel on, much more expensive items and kind of have a little ring going there where they're
you steal the whole damn truck and whatever's in it, you got lucky. But this time around, not so much. Just a bunch of salsa. So if your salsa prices go up next week,
say salsa.
If your salsa prices go up next week, don't be surprised. How much beer could you drink in 19 years?
I don't know. Somebody kept track, like a hash mark for every beer they had?
No. Busch Light is currently running a seasonal campaign where one lucky fan who legally changes their name to Hunter will score enough beer money to stock up on 19 years worth of Busch Light hunting cans.
What about the people already named Hunter? It doesn't apply to them. It's only ones that are willing to change their name to Hunter.
According to Busch Light, Hunter, a once coveted name, is now endangered territory as its popularity has plummeted by 93% over the last 5 years. Because of this, Busch is going to cover the fees and paperwork for fans to officially change their name. That's what we call the spirit of the hunt. From now through October 13th, so you got a week. You got till next Monday. If you actually go through with changing your name to Hunter and can post proof that you've done it legally, so Busch Light's social media pages using the hashtags Become a Hunter and hashtag sweepstakes, you might win yourself 19 years worth of beer, or at least a check. Yeah. From now until the 27th of October, fans who are 21 years of age or older who are already named Hunter.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. They have a chance at something, too?
Are open to changing their names or are just authentic hunting lovers can also register for an event on their website. Busch Light will continue to celebrate its love of hunters, by the way, with a private gathering in Appleton, Wisconsin on November 16th, during which there will be a merch giveaway, fan favorite hunting games, right?
This is great.
Big buck hunting. And an appearance from the Bush guy in the commercials. November 16th in Appleton. Not quite sure what the prize is because it says enough money to be able to buy beer for 19 years. So I don't know. It doesn't have a dollar amount attached to it on the story that I'm reading. But
well, if you're already named Hunter, so sign up.
Yeah.
I don't know about the changing your name thing for.
I did. It's $25.
No, I know, but
go in front of a judge. He asks you why. You tell him, and then he says,
"Then you said change it back."
Oh, find where it is. This is back in Canada. A guy was driving around so stoned that he called the cops because he thought he was being followed.
By who? Just a car? That car that keeps making every turn I'm making?
Someone in Canada facing an impaired driving charge after they were so stoned while driving, they called the cops because they thought they were being followed. They weren't being followed.
That car is making every turn I'm making.
There wasn't a car.
There's no car. Oh, there wasn't even a car.
They were so stoned, they thought someone was following them, and they weren't being followed. There was no car. They just called the cops on themselves.
Listen up. That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
About 9 o'clock a week ago, East Algoma OPP, must be the nickname for the police up there, said it received a traffic complaint call from a vehicle traveling eastbound on Highway 17. The driver told the police they thought they were being followed by another vehicle. Driver unable to provide their exact location, could only confirm their direction of travel. The Provincial Communications Center maintained contact with the driver, ultimately led to the OPP conducting a traffic stop. Police say when officers spoke with the driver, they detected the odor of, quote, freshly burnt cannabis. Also said the driver was allegedly showed signs of impairment and, quote unquote, paranoid behavior. The driver was arrested and transported to a hospital for medical assessments. After being released from the hospital, individual then taken to the police station for further testing.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm going to get you high today. Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got to do.
So high, he thought he was being followed.
There's somebody behind me.
Called the cops on himself.
Oh.
They came and arrested his ass. Back stateside, this is in Vermont, pretty close to the Canadian border. A substitute teacher is now facing charges of bringing cocaine to school.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Police say a student at a middle and elementary school in Barrytown, Vermont, tipped off officials that Melissa Martin, a permanent substitute, former permanent substitute, was displaying unusual behavior. So it's not like she just had the baggie on her. She might have got into that coke. Police say the 47-year-old teacher admitted to school officials she had some cocaine in her jacket. Officers with a search dog were called into the empty classroom, found what appeared to be cocaine in her jacket as well as a backpack, charged with possession of cocaine and reckless endangerment.
We have cited her for possession of cocaine and reckless endangerment based on the fact that she was under the influence while she was in control of the students in her classroom.
Yeah, not just possessing it in the classroom, but also ingesting it in the classroom.
Oof, lady.
I don't know, man. Dealing with middle school kids, elementary school kids, sometimes you got to take what you need to get by, right, Gene?
No,
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Permanent sub, so she had a full-time job there.
Yeah, probably going to be done for at least in that town.
I would say so, yes.
Have you ever gotten mischarged at like a parking ramp or something like that? We hear stories about this every once in a while. Where you go through and then you look at your bank statement and you're like, holy crap.
No, I know what you're talking about, where you're like, well, that was...
But you've had fraudulent charges. Somebody got a hold of your numbers.
Many times.
Right?
Many times.
A Colorado man stunned this week when he was charged nearly $20,000 at a Denver International Airport parking garage.
That's too much, probably, huh?
Which is the second such case in the last 2 months at one of the nation's busiest airports.
So something's going on with their software?
Jim Boyd said he parked at the airport on Thursday to drop off his wife, who was flying to Germany, spent 27 minutes in the garage, which means the fee should have been a grand total of $7. As he drove through the exit gate, his credit card notifications played out loud through his truck's audio system. I heard the Chase Bank notification that $19,824 had been charged to Denver parking.
After dropping off my wife, went through the parking gates as usual. This was the ticket that I got. It shows I entered the West Garage. I arrived at 1:34 p.m. on October the 2nd, 2025. As the gate was opening, I heard the Chase Bank notification that $19,824 had been charged to Denver parking. Something alerted the system to the fact that I had arrived on June the 6th, and they were charging me for that entire time.
Oh, my God.
A woman last month
I thought I remembered this.
Reported parking at the Denver International Airport for 14 hours and was billed more than $2,300. Ticket showed she had supposedly been parked there from June 25th to August 29th.
It's this June thing. It's like marking down a day where they've been there way longer than they have.
The airport issuing a statement saying, our review indicates this is not a widespread issue, attributing the mistake to an entry ticket that had not been closed out. Yeah, of course. They're not going to take any responsibility for that. That's got to suck, though. Like,
well, and he
honey,
heard
call
it,
the bank.
Yes, call the credit card company right away. We're not paying that.
Last but not least, what would bad news with happy music be if we didn't go to the state of Florida? Hashtag Florida woman, a firefighter, in fact, finds herself in some serious trouble after she dumped 75 red-stained tampons in her ex-boyfriend's front yard. Gabrielle Franzi, a firefighter with the Orange County Fire and Rescue, accused of 2 counts of misdemeanor stalking. The girlfriend and the homeowner dating and lived together after he and Franzi had broken up.
Oh, so this is they were together, they broke up, he moved on, he's got a new relationship, he's living with her.
Franzi apparently went by the house, dropped off all the red-stained tampons. They came outside on September 30th and found them in the front yard, stained red as if they were possibly used, according to the cops. They reviewed video footage from the night before, showed a dark-colored pickup truck slowly driving past the house, said it was waiting for traffic to clear, and a woman who was sitting on the back of the truck hopped out and is seen throwing the tampons in the front yard. Asked who they thought would commit such an act, both of them said it was probably Franzi.
Probably her.
Who was demonstrating that she was unhappy with her former boyfriend, who was dating someone else, had been posting messages on social media, voicing her displeasure, was talking badly about them and the fact they were now together. Franzi also apparently has a pickup truck similar to the one seen in the video. Investigators,
all of the clues are coming together.
Yeah, went to her house to speak with her. At first, she allegedly denied even knowing where her former boyfriend lived, but once confronted with the evidence to the contrary, she changed her tune and claimed it was not her idea. Went on to say that her mother and aunt, who live outside the state, came to visit when they hatched the plan. Well, that's a ride-or-die family right there. Bought a bunch of tampons, painted them red to make them look like they had been used. Boy, that's a lot of work just to throw 75 tampons on somebody. What's the point? So he's got to go out there and clean them up? Allegedly drove over to her ex's house, dumped the tampons, demonstrates a course of conduct with sole purpose to harass, serves no legitimate purpose. Yeah, they arrested her, transported her to the jail.
100 tampons.
She's been placed on paid leave from the County Fire and Rescue.
100 tampons.
What the hell's that?
The comedian, where she's an astronaut and she goes to space and they
only give you 100.
They gave her for 6 days.
Yeah.
Will this be enough?
I think I remember that. No, Mom, I don't need a tampon.
Will that be enough?
Bad news, happy music. Florida tampons. Get to our daily check-ins after Metallica.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Lots of people checking in this morning. rockmornings.com if you want to find all our contact info, or you could download the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app and get in touch with us that way. Voicemails and videos and images. I got a Facebook message from Stacy. We were talking about the government shutdown. It's still happening.
She's traveling to
going to Utah
national parks
next weekend to visit a bunch of national parks. Hope the government can figure this bleep out before then. No visitor center with park rangers to help figure out which hikes are the best, but hopefully the bathrooms will be open and somewhat clean.
They'll be open.
Best
I don't know if I can
you.
speak to the cleanliness.
Doug said, I finally woke up early enough to hear the end of your show. Good to see you yesterday. Happy to see the Patriots' success last night. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you were shocked too, weren't you?
It was definitely not expected. I'll tell you that much. Cheryl earlier this morning said they move stuff to keep you looking. You might find something else to buy while you're looking.
You couldn't find the garlic in the jar.
They moved it. They move it all the time. I don't know why they move it. Just put it in one spot and leave it there. Stop it.
Well, who knows what's going to happen now with the takeover? They could be moving everything.
Just put stuff in one place and then we'll know where it is. Don't need the little thing at the end of the aisle. Jim in Georgia found a rattlesnake in my garage over the weekend. That was fun. The snake is no longer with us.
I bet it wasn't fun.
Alex texting in earlier said, good morning. Did you all see that Cam Patterson is one of the newest cast members on SNL? I did see the news about that. I did not watch SNL this weekend. But I don't know how his comedy will fit on SNL. It seems like water and oil. Spencer, 37 years old today, wanted to hear some Rammstein. Did that. You're welcome. And we were talking about mythical creatures, and Alex said, what if dragons were real, but they were exterminated and the archives were lost to time? That could certainly be a scenario.
Most certainly.
But Jean's going dragons. She wants verifiable proof that dragons exist.
Or mermaids.
I'm going Bigfoot. Thank you very much for the correspondence. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.